Yakshamash, please be subscribing and liking Triple B, and also I look forward to bug breaking GayJ again. Chiangui. Yes, hello. Well, predictably, as the Triple B predicted, yeah, the June 23 date for GayJ vs Alexander Usyk 2 is not happening. There were a lot of signs there. I'm not going to predict. I'm a telepathist. I see the future. I'm a seer. Yeah. But, these fights, man, half of them get postponed or delayed. It was obvious that Otto Wallin, Dillian shite would not happen. I predicted that as well, obviously. Mr. Mystic Meg here. Yeah. Then, what's the other one? Parker, Joe Joyce. Yeah. I knew that was, I think I did a video on it. There's sort of, there's no announcement about the fight 5 weeks before, no undercard. That's not happening. Yeah, and then they announce, I can't fight, Joe Parker, because my coach, one of my trainers, his wife is meant to have a baby that day. So what, man? You know what I'm saying? Have the baby. Your man doesn't have to be there. I don't agree with that. The man should be there with the women. No, I don't see why they should, man. They should be in the pub, getting a drink on. They don't need to be seeing that stuff. Yeah, I don't know how anybody, would want to make love to their wife after seeing that thing get stretched out by a baby and screaming obscenities, man. I don't want to get too graphic. Yeah, but that's the wackest excuse in the world. They keep on pulling out whack excuses, right? Ryan Garcia, mental health, and I crapped myself in the gym, and Reynoso and Canelo were mugging me off about it. That's the reality. He's been crying again about this, that, and the other. I'll do a video on him, crying Ryan Garcia, man. I feel sorry for the kid, because I know he's been abused in some way. Probably by Oscar De La Hoya's kitchen utensils. Yeah. Anyway, back to Joshua Usyk. So, I always had doubts about this rematch anyway, for a number of reasons, right? So, obviously, GayJ got completely schooled, battered. His confidence dented, despite the super coaching of Joby, Mr. Shit, Clayton, going, brilliant boxing, AJ, great footwork. And his timing was great, because he'd be doing all this stuff as GayJ was getting punched in the mouth, man. Now, if I was GayJ as well, I'd go back to the corner and I'd someone tell that man to stop. He's bugging me, man. As if someone's saying, brilliant boxing, GayJ. Is gonna make any difference. So he got rid of McCracken. Yeah, McCracken, by the way, is part of the secret society that managed to get, it's linked to the British justice system. I managed to get GayJ off his big drugs charge, which is a lot bigger than they say, plus guns. Yeah, plus a lot of cash money, allegedly. Yeah, and he moved to Loughborough University with Angel Fernandez. He's just whack. He's another liar. Again, I've got a video to expose him. I've got a lot of videos to do. A lot of exposing to do. Every day something pops up. I need to spend 24 hours a day if I were to expose everybody. There's a lot of people on the train who are going to get exposed. Angel Fernandez, the liar. I came to Box Amateur UK, and I don't even know if he mentions the club. Yeah, but it's 10-0, 10 wins, no loss. Now, even the best amateurs rarely get a record like that, the real top world-class amateurs. So what you do, when you start winning a lot of fights, you fight better people, or more experienced people. Yeah, 10-0, my batty hole. Yeah? Anyway, but, he thought that Angel Fernandez was not enough, because, all he did was hold the pads and... Yeah, Fernandez used to brag on about, there's an article, I'm going to talk about it later, about how he used to, he was so good at the pads that people would throw him out of the boxing gym because he'd be showing up the train. He believes that nonsense and so good at, there isn't that much great about the pads. Yeah, But, millions of people can hold you on the pads, man. In fact, some of the best people took me on the pads with, I seen that fitness trainer. And most people didn't know shit. Left, right, duck, and then left hook, And then they see Mayweather on the pads and they start trying to incorporate that nonsense. Forget about it, man. So good on the pads. They threw me out the gym, said Angel Fernandez, the Batimans. Yeah? So, Anyway, as I said for my last video, Robert Garcia, yeah, the king of getting small weight fighters punch drunk. That's his reputation, right? Who's never handled a heavyweight or indeed anyone above super middleweight, has been picked. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to make any difference, right? GayJ's problem, is largely psychological anyway, and that he's a cracked egg. You can't fix that egg. Once Ruiz done him, that broke his confidence. Apparently he's been knocked out in sparring leading up to that fight, and David Price definitely knocked him out. But, he started to get knocked out quite a lot now. Usyk didn't, but, you can see when he's jumping on him at the end, he could have stopped him. They rang the bell early because they didn't want the golden GayJ to get stopped again. So, what's going to... I mean, the only thing I would suggest, if you can get any trainer that trained like, I don't know, Vladimir Klitschko, what is that guy, Jonathan Banks. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if it'd even work, but just do this, right? You want to, punch left, right, and grab, especially the smaller man. Just, I don't know, just anything, because your current style doesn't really work. Or if you're really going to go for a smaller man like Usyk, because remember, he did actually bust up Usyk's face, even though I can hardly remember a shot he landed. I think one shot on it. But, and he's a lot smaller, just, you're going to have to go in hard. Yeah. I mean, you can't teach a great behemoth bodybuilder like GayJ much anyway, Yeah, it's mainly in the head, so, I mean, it's pathetic. But now, as soon as they announced the trainer, I said, well, they'll definitely delay this fight. Now, this was first reported in Daily Telegraph. Now, obviously, all papers are whack anyway. They're all mainstream and they lie and they just repeat themselves, right? There's all the papers. I've gone to the Scum, the most read paper in Britain, which is extremely disturbing to think that, yeah. And it's a Murdoch paper, the media scumpire, yeah. And so, and they're just reporting exactly the same. Just they dumb it down, Eddie Hearn has allegedly insisted the site deal is agreed and all parties are happy. An official announcement is imminent. Now, Eddie Hearns, the killer, former undefeated heavyweight boxer, with 4 wins and 3 by KO. And him and Angel Fernandez, this sounds like the greatest prospects in amateur boxing, man. The only person I've seen him fight is he stopped that fat guy who married Emily Eubanks. Which with a body shot, and that's just a joke, He has to go down frank because, he's on Eddie Hearn's pocket. He's hanging off Eddie Hearn's pocket for his wage. But they're saying to only a 2-week delay is likely. Okay, I expected a bit more than that. When they said August, I'm like, I expect maybe end of August. I expected a September date. I don't know. But they're saying it's also to do with broadcast. The TV broadcast rights hadn't been sorted out. Well, you still got another 8 weeks to sort it out, so I don't believe that excuse either. The point is, no one's signed the contracts yet, and there's other issues they don't talk about. As if the people, they tell you, every iota, every little detail of the contract and what's going on in negotiations. They just give you some nonsense like that. Parker, so his trainer, allegedly the Joyce Parker fight was postponed or maybe even cancelled because Parker's trainer, his wife, was meant to have a baby on the day of the fight. So what, man? Like I said, you don't want to be in the pub. I mean, if you're a man, you don't want to be in the room. You want to be in the pub having a drink, going, yeah, I'm having a kid, I'm a bit nervous. You don't want to be sitting there in the operating room. Yeah, she's screaming and all that. There's blood everywhere. Apparently women shit themselves quite often. I mean, come on, man. And then you see this great bleeding purple ting come out your woman stretched out. What? Man doesn't want to see that. I would never be able to make love to my wife again. Yeah, so as if it matters. His wife might be having a baby. I don't know, maybe he's based in New Zealand, but it doesn't matter. Fly back 2 days after. He might not come out. If it's due to be on that baby, or induce it. I don't know, man. I don't know about this stuff, but that's the most pathetic argument there is. Obviously, it's a contractual argument. They couldn't get the right TV. They couldn't get them to agree on purses or whatever. That's the real story. But, So, Eddie Hearns, he loves to make an announcement about an announcement. So we'll wait on him. There's nothing on their Twitters or Instas, which I checked. But and it's weird. It says it's got the scum says, and the urgency on getting the deal finished is based on GayJ's decision to box again as early as December. Why are you talking about December now? That's months away. Yeah. What is that? 6 months away? Why are they talking about, oh, we got to get him out before December? Listen, man, that just sounds another weird thing. Like, you know, they're making excuses. I don't know if this fight, I'm still not convinced this fight will happen. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe in the background, there's talk of Tyson Fury, GayJ, which then everyone knows will make a lot more money. A lot more money for everybody involved. Yeah. Even though they know that, you know, that's the end for GayJ, but it'll probably be the end for GayJ against Usyk. I'd give him more of a chance against Usyk just because of his size. He's got that advantage, a great bodybuilder, PED head. Yeah. Whereas Tyson will just turn him on his head, and he knows it, but, you know. He's coming to the end anyway. His lifespan as a boxer. He don't want to become a joke. You know, if he gets beaten up before, he's already getting mocked by students, allegedly, yeah? And he goes up, takes off his shoes, and tells them he's going to break their glass jaws. Yeah? Even students in Loughborough are mocking him. So, you know, he ain't got long, man, and he doesn't want to get banged out like 3 times in a row. And, you know, so to me, you know, if he loses the next fight, surely he's got to retire. And then he'll come out as a Battimans, because that's part of the agenda. You know, I said, I started hashtag GayJ or AGay 2025. I think that's likely. Maybe before then, but it won't happen when he's still fighting, that's for sure. Because that will affect his purpose. Because still there's plenty of people, even though you get all these idiots, hey, don't be so homophobic, like Ricky Hatton. We got to defeat homophobia. Yeah, we got to allow it. There's nothing wrong with fisting and yellow and brown showers and like boogering. There's nothing wrong. It's completely normal. Mostly people are pretty... You know, they did some experiments. Yeah, they got straight men and they're sitting there. They showed them pictures of just a man kissing, not buggeration or anything. Yeah? And the psychologist recorded that it had the same effect on the brain as a man looking into, like, you know, in that scene, what's that film called? The Lost Boys, yeah? And he looks into when he thinks it's going to be Chinese food and it's a bunch of maggots crawling. That's exactly the same effect on the brain. Seeing 2 men kissing, let alone buggeration. Yeah. So most people are, you know, when GayJ will come out, but plenty of box fans are like, I'm not down with that. I'm not supporting no batty business. Yeah. Anyway, we'll wait for Eddie Hearn's announcement about another announcement about what's going to happen. But I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't happen. There's something going on, and it's not to do with TV rights. Yeah. My suspicion is GayJ's training camp's going real bad. And he's just changed his trainer, so of course he's not ready. Hi, my name's Robert, and I'm going to teach you how to take many punches in the head. You know, Garcia. You know, GayJ never going to take many punches in the head because he'll be on the floor. But that's, like I said, there's something going on. I would before I finish up, I would like to see GayJ fight Tyson Fury, because, man, I would pay for the press conferences, the bants. Well, it's not even bants. It would just be Tyson humiliating him, unless they said, look, please, you're not allowed. When I say they, yeah, I'm not talking about the promoters. I'm talking about the puppet masters, the elitists. Say, listen, man, you can't go too hard on GayJ. We've just got plans for him to push sickness, degeneracy out. So don't rinse him too badly, you know, in the press conference. But if he's himself, Fury will decimate him, and it'll be great. If they have one of them, you know, them head-to-heads, you know, when they talk to each other across the table with that fool Johnny Nelson sat the wrong way around on his chair. He's a fool, isn't he, man? Johnny the Entertainer Nelson. But yeah, that would be great. And then the fight, yeah, I mean, Tyson would... Listen, heavyweight's always got a chance, and GayJ can still punch, but, man, Tyson Fury bouncing all over the ring, man. And it would be great to watch. Yeah.